Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showcasing the Lego Bazan PP19. Here it is. This is my own design, and I really am happy about the results to this weapon. And yeah guys, let's just get right into this weapon. So this weapon did use the full black color scheme like always. The only thing that's not black is this part right here, which resembles screws. And this weapon is mostly known for its helical magazine, and it's just a real nice weapon. And yeah guys, just get right into the features of this weapon. So the first feature I do want to talk about is the stock. I did recently buy smooth pieces, so I was able to smooth most of this stock. Also, it does have that nice triangle shape, which is really nice. It is sturdy. I can push into the back here and it won't break apart, which is really nice. It does have that angle right here. Use some Technic pieces, some hinge pieces right here. And this is the right side. This is a foldable magazine. On this other side, you guys can see here's a sling mount piece right there. Here's a connection right here. And like I said, it is very sturdy. Also, here's a pin right here which releases the magazine, or the stock. And so I'm going to pull the pin here, and this does use stock. Also, this design right here is my different usernames design, really old design. And you guys can see how that works. Also on the other side, you guys can see here's the hinge pieces right here. And this 1x1 piece right here sticks onto this jumper plate right here. So if we fold it right here, you guys can see how that folds, and it doesn't move or anything. It is quite nice. You guys can see there, really nice. So if we take it off here, we can fold it back. I just took off the sling mount. So yeah guys, this is a quite big weapon. This is life size. It is 27 inches long. Next feature I do want to talk about, it's not a feature, but here's the handle, and this was one of the most interesting part about this weapon, is that the handle is 3 studs wide, which is a new design. Also does have that angle right here, does have that safety part right here so your hand won't slip down. I use a bunch of slow pieces, smooth pieces here. Quite comfortable. It is 3 studs wide like I said. Also this section right here is 3 studs wide. The trigger guard down here is 2 studs wide. The mag release part right here is 3 studs wide, and it does have a functional mag release that uses a rubber band, which is really nice. Also, this weapon does use the AK, or the standard AK-47 receiver, which is this whole section right here, which is really nice. And maybe in the future I may use the same AK receiver design to make an AK-47, but that's a whole nother thing. And here's the working trigger. Same design as my other weapons. It does have a rubber band through the inside so it can function and reset. Here's on the side here, there's a rail system, which is not the same as other weapons, but the reason for that is because this is an AK receiver, which AKs don't have any tactical rails on the top, so you can basically attach things to these studs right here, and that will just wrap around the gun. And yeah, that's how you can have scopes, and sadly I do not have enough pieces to make a scope. But yeah, that's that. And also, the next thing I want to talk about is the iron sights. This iron sights does use the AK-47 iron sights. I'm not sure if it is, but it does have the Trident sight on the front here. That was used by a modified tire piece, which is quite sad to cut apart, but I had to for the sake of this weapon. The rear sights is just the same as my recent weapon, the SCJ-44, but it's a little different. It's a little longer as well. And this is the AK sights as well, which obviously it's stuck on the AK receiver. And you guys can see here, it does adjust, which is really nice. And if we look down the sights, So here's the sights, which is really nice. You guys can see the trident in the front there, which is really nice. I do love the way those sights turned out. And one awesome thing that I was able to do is I was able to smooth the whole top of this weapon, which also makes it a really slick look. You guys can see here. It's really nice. I do love the way that turned out. The stock is quite comfortable, which does line up my eyes to the sights. And here's adjusting the sights a little up, exaggerated here, which is really nice. I do love the way that those look. Like I said, it's the same design as my SEG. And if you guys were wondering why I took off the stock out of the Bizon, is because usually the stock bumps into my camera when I showcase the sights, so I decided to take those off. But here's the look of it when you have the stock folded, looking down the sights, which is really nice. The stock doesn't really get into the way for like right-hander users, which is really nice. You guys can see there's the look. It does get in the way for the left-handed users, which is one downside of this weapon. There's the sights, really nice. So if I fold back the stock here, so here's me folding back the stock, just like that. And also one thing I do want to talk about the handle is it's quite sturdy, that I could literally hold the whole gun, and it is a quite heavy gun, and I'm surprised that the handle can withstand the weight. And that's because I used an internal mechanism, or like I used a Technic piece that connects through here and through here on the weapon, which is really nice. Does make the handle really sturdy. And the next feature I want to talk about is the magazine. This magazine is quite heavy magazine, or at least it was. It's still heavy, and the reason for that is because when I made this the first time, it was really heavy and it was making my arm really tired. It was basically just killing my hand, and I had to take out pieces from the inside just to make it really light, and it worked out. I do like the way it feels now. Here's the mechanism here, which there's that, and if we push this, obviously like a magazine release, we pull this out, you guys can see here. Here's the magazine, and this is the full magazine. Also, there's a piece that's supposed to go here, but I'll get into that in a little. Also, the magazine was the last thing I made, so that was the time when I didn't have enough pieces, so I couldn't make the winder part in the front here, which was a bummer. But yeah, you guys can see, here's the back of it. You guys can see how it's very circular, and that's not really easy to do in Legos, just because Legos are really blocky. But here it is. There's studs all over the place. I didn't have enough smooth pieces to smooth the magazine, but that wasn't quite a problem, just because these studs do make the magazine a little comfortable. And you guys can see here's this part for like the hand grip. Also, the magazine is also used as the handle grip, or the hand, I forgot what it's called. It's used for, you can grab the weapon with your other hand. I forgot what that's called. Probably pop in my head in a little. Also, I used my different usernames. Rocking Design, you guys can see here. I used a non-Lego piece just because I didn't want to destroy a Lego piece. But yeah, same thing. It's really nice. Here it is. Here's where the mag release enters. Like I said, there's that. So if I get the weapon here, here's the front part where it is the rocking mechanism, which is very delicate, and that's also another bad thing about this weapon. But here's the reloading. You guys can see how that rocks in through there, just like that. If we pull it out once more, trying to get it. So here's the bullet thing. This magazine does hold 64 9mm bullets, and there's that bullet right there that's supposed to resemble a 9mm, but it's not life size. Just like that. And it's really nice. Next feature I do want to talk about is the fire selector, and this is on the left side. It does use the standard fire selector. You guys can see here. This would be semi-automatic. This would be full automatic, and this is safety here. This is the piece right here, which is really nice. That sticks through a Technic piece. So if I hold it here, so this is right here, and you guys can see there's these like notches sticking out here, so it would stop the fire selector from going any further. This is semi, this is semi, full, and safety. And here's the bolt and the charging handle together. I did use some smooth pieces on here, and like some rounded pieces on here, which give that bolt design like a rounded look. It's really nice. This bolt does go back. You guys can see the rubber band there. And it's really nice. This part's really fragile, but it doesn't have a big problem there. So this is safety, and when you have it in safety, hold up. So like I said, here's safety, and basically you can't pull back the bolts at all, which can't chamber bullet. You guys can see here, you can't really pull that. And this piece here broke off. It's very fragile as well. But here's that. Here's full automatic, and then here's semi. It's really nice. Here's the reload action. Which is really nice, and I did bump my camera there. And yeah, I mean, this weapon is really nice. Let's have that standard AK receiver, which looks really nice. I do love the way that turned out. Here's the left side of the weapon, and here's the right side of this weapon, which is really nice. And yeah, so now I'm going to talk about some details. So like I said, this whole section right here is 3 studs wide. The trigger is 2 studs wide. The stock 2 studs wide. The gun, it's 4 studs wide. And then in the front here, it's 3 studs wide, and I use a bunch of jumper plates to make that. And then the front here is 2 studs wide. There's a bunch of change in width throughout this weapon. Also, I use some plates here to add like that slope down feature, which is really nice. I did add some holes in the front there, about 4. Also, there's like a little thing right here. I'm pretty sure there's like a little tiny skinny piece, metal piece that goes through here, which acts as the front sling mount, which I can add. Also, here's the barrel, which quite small. It does use 2 cylindrical pieces and a tire piece, which is a muzzle flash. Then you have no more design on the rest of the weapon, which is quite sad. This weapon doesn't have a lot of design, just a little bit of screws here and there. It does have that part right there, the safety switch. And yeah, guys, this weapon is a really nice design. I do like the way this turned out. This is really just a very nice weapon. I mean, I love the way this weapon turned out. You know, here's first person view. Which is really nice. And yeah, guys, I mean, this is the weapon. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time in another showcase. And yeah, guys, I'm out.